Could you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do?
My name's John O'Connor, and I'm the producer and co-writer of the Trials of Oscar Wilde with Merlin Holland, who is Oscar Wilde's grandson.
And what's your favourite part of what you do?
My favourite part has been researching the story. I didn't know anything about the Trials. I'd been in Oscar Wilde plays and directed them and produced them before, but I suddenly realised that I knew nothing about why he went to prison. So I started to research it, and I got in touch with Merlin Holland, and so the research part of it was amazing, because I didn't realise that 18th February 1895 was the opening night of The Importance of Being Earnest, and yet within 100 days of that, this great success, he'd gone through 3 trials and was imprisoned to 2 years hard labour. So what we try and work out in the play is why this happened, why he brought this action against the Marquis of Queensberry, and what he actually said in court.
When was the first moment you fell in love with theatre?
I think I was about 6 years old, and I went to a pantomime, and I think it was Lulu who was playing Peter Pan and wearing tights, and she called me up on stage and gave me some sweets. So I thought, this is all right. If it pays this well, then perhaps I should do it in the future. So that was it.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Well, hopefully I'm still young, but I would say be fearless and don't listen to negative people, and if you have a good idea and if you have a passion, follow it. Because I spent a lot of my 20s not really knowing if this was the direction I wanted to take and listening to the wrong people, but once I started to follow my passion, it's made me very happy. So that's what I would say, just do it sooner.
And finally, if your life were a musical, what would the grand finale number be?
I'd love to say Everything's Coming Up Roses, but Stormy Weather might be more appropriate as well. That was certainly true of Wilde in the case in 1895. He was the most famous man in London at the time. He had 2 hit shows running in the West End, and yet it all collapsed within 100 days. So outside of Shakespeare, there's not really a more tragic and dizzying fall that I can think of, which is what has fascinated me about this story, and also fascinates audiences as well.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.